G'day folks, Nat here from Living Entertainment North Coast. Today we're going to set up the all new Pro-Ject Debut Carbon Evo. So the first step is putting on the belt. Now when you get your Debut Carbon Evo, you're going to get two belts. There's a square belt and a round belt. Make sure that you use the square belt. The round belt is specifically for 78s. Okay, so let's put this on. Now, the way that I've found this to be easiest is to put it on the top spindle. This is for the square one. And hold my finger around there and here, and I turn it, and Bob's your uncle, you're on. Now, step two, we want to put on the counterweight. Let's pop it out of the bag here. And when you put it on, you want to make sure that the numbers are facing forward. You'll put it on and you'll feel it click into place. Okay, we're good to go there. So we'll leave it there for now. And step three is going to be putting on the platter. Now this comes in two bits. You've got the felt mat and the actual platter itself. Just line this up and gently place it down, followed by the felt mat. Okay, now step four, we need to apply the correct amount of tracking force on your tone arm. But before we do that, we need to put a record on. Now, you also need to pop off the stylus cover, just like that. Now, we need to essentially get the tone arm to float. Now, by pulling it out of the cradle here, you'll see that it sort of just wants to go straight down. On the back here, we've got our counterweight. Now we just need to bring that back a little bit until it starts to float. Nearly there, a little bit more. Oh, a bit too high. Now if it goes up too high, you just need to turn it back the other way until it comes down, up, back again. Okay, now you see how it's sort of floating there. Now if I tap that down, it'll bounce around and then it'll come back and it's floating. Now once it's floating, pick it back up, put it back in the cradle. Now on this counterweight, you'll see those numbers. You want to hold the back of the counterweight, hold that steady, and then the little bit here with the numbers, you want to turn that separate to the back until it comes to the 0. Now there's a little white line on the top of the back of the tone arm there, and you want to line the 0 up with that. Once you've lined it up, we've got it perfectly flat. The next step, or step 5, is to apply that tracking force. First, we need to double check the specifications of the cartridge. Now here in Australia, they come pre-fitted with the Autofon 2M Red, and the recommended tracking force is roughly about 1.7, and that's how we set them up here at Living Entertainment, and we suggest you do the same. Now to do that, we just grab the back of this counterweight here and we simply twist it in until we get to 1.7, and that will line up with the white line there. Now we have the correct amount of tracking force for this cartridge. Step 6 is putting the Antiskate Weight on. Now this one can be tricky for those who have bad vision. So if you have bad vision, go and grab your glasses. You'll understand why when I hold this up for you. Now this little weight has a very fine little bit of line, and on the end of that line there's a loop, and you need to essentially get it on the second rung from the back on the back of this tone arm. Just like that. Once you've got it in the rung, you then put it through here and through the loop, and it dangles there. And it's as simple as that. Very easy if you can see well, but if not, put those glasses on. It'll make your life a lot easier. Step 7, let's put the dust cover on. Now, a bit of a hint here before I get started is to get the two metal bars at the back here to be equal and standing up straight. That will help when it goes to slotting it into the two slots there. we're on. Now we've pretty much assembled the turntable now. All we need to do is put the final little touches on, and that's by putting the power supply on. I'll pop that out. You'll see you'll have the little Australian adapter in there. Now that quite literally sort of clicks up. So lean it in and then push it up, it clicks in. And then on the back, you'll see there's a dedicated slot for the power supply. Just pop it in there, away you go. Now lastly, but certainly not least, is the cable to send the signal from the turntable down to your phono preamplifier or your integrated amplifier if it has a phono stage built into it. Now, this end with the little tabs here that say 1, this is the end you want to use at the turntable and the little ground wire. Now make sure when you put these in, you push them in nice and firmly, and then attach the ground wire and do the little ground lug up nice and firm. That will ensure you get less hum. Okay, now the other end, like I said before, just plug that into your phono preamplifier, your integrated amp. Once again, push them in nice and firmly, and then make sure your ground is nice and snug and tied up nice and tight. Put the power supply in your hopefully protected power strip, and you're pretty much good to go. Now before we leave you folks, I thought I'd mention what this little device is here, and it's actually an adapter for your 78 records. You'll probably never use it, but if you need to, it's there in the box. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video on the new Debut Carbon Evo. If you'd like to know anything more about this product or any other products that we sell, feel free to comment below, give us a call, send us a message, or simply pop in store. Once again folks, thanks for watching. Bye for now.